Hey, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here, bringing you another poker video. This is the one I was talking about in the previous poker video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. It was pretty interesting. But this is going to be a little bit more interesting, to be honest, because this is in terms of what I'm used to playing, it's a pretty high stakes tournament here. So normally I play around like the micro stakes, right? Because generally I can do pretty well, and then eventually I just end up losing all my money in some stupid cash game hand or something like that, and it's something that I'm trying to get away from. So been kind of going with tournaments a little bit more here because I feel like I have a little bit more control over, you know, the result for the most part. This guy plays a lot, so we'll keep an eye out. Yeah, so I think the strategy is going to be to play relatively tight. I was playing loose in the last one, but that was a turbo, right? So this is going to be a double stacked. The levels run, how long? 15 minutes, so we have a while. We can see a lot of hands before we have to start making big decisions. So we can play tight, sit around and wait for our hands, kind of just watch the table, try to figure out what's going on. So we'll try to get into that portion of the commentary pretty early on because we want to keep track of these guys. So, for example, this guy raising under the gun generally means that he's supposed to have a big hand. So calling him is pretty tough to do in a lot of cases, unless you have probably medium connectors, 9-10, 7-8 suited. Maybe you call raise there. We are double stacked, so you can see some flops if you want to play that way, but we're going to try not to do that. So then a re-raise here from the big blind. Probably going to get Pavel. You think he would call because he should have a big hand. Probably ace-king. Maybe. No, he folds it, so sign of weakness there, and then another call. That big re-raise represents a big hand, maybe an ace, maybe pocket kings or pocket queens. So this is the bet to try to kind of see where he's at. If he has a big ace, then he'll come along. But he folds. So he must have had the ace. I don't know. Ace-jack here is pretty early in position. It's not the best hand, but we're going to go for a raise, I guess, and, take a look. We are pretty early, so it's possible we're dominated. But who knows? So we'll take part in this pot. Pretty diverse table here. All over the place. There's a couple Canadians. There's Australia, Greece. So lots of callers here. So actually our hand is okay now with all these callers, I think, because we're either gonna be majorly in the pot because we're gonna hit like ace-jack on the flop or something, or we are going to just get out as soon as possible. We're first to act, so we can just check in the dark here, or we can just fold that re-raise. So Pavel got re-raised before. Kind of testing. I'm not going to call that re-raise with ace-jack. This is kind of nuts. So the jack would have hit, but the queen is dangerous. Big pot already, though. So with the re-raise, he's basically representing like overcards. Maybe ace-king or a tall pocket pair. Maybe this guy you wanted, I think, has ace-queen. So re-raise, you got to call. He calls with ace-queen. Wow. Well, there you go. $55 gone right there on that questionable call. Queen 9. He was calling all those raises too. I wish he would have won that hand so I could have at least known him. This guy is, re-raising with pocket queens. Or sorry, with ace queen. It's an aggressive play for sure. Worked out there. So that looked like a min raise and then a raise and a call from the big blind. What's he going to re-raise? from his big blind with. Maybe something like King Jack. If he's going to check the ace, he should be betting it, but I guess we'll see. Well, he got out of there, so I guess maybe it was King Jack, King Queen even. Well, didn't really learn much there. This guy must be sitting pretty now. Just he's got double everyone else, so he can just kind of sit back. He can do whatever he wants on the button he's folding. So yeah, I can't tell if he's like taking his time thinking, or if he's just not paying attention, or if he's disconnected. So there we go. Nothing interesting at all in this flop, so we'll get out as soon as we can. I don't even mind doing that, to be completely honest. Pretty nice flop for King Jack of spades. Okay, that could have been, let me just check something here. Alright, well, we're still good. Heard something get disconnected from my computer. So actually, now that something like that happened, it's a good time to bring up the fact that, or at least how I'm going to format this set of videos, hopefully, is going to be, I'll just stop the recording during the break. So this first episode will be about 30 minutes long, and then the second episode will be, I'm either going to cut it into half-hour portions, or I'll put out the whole hour-long thing. I'll probably cut it into half hours, but maybe not. I'm not 100% decided on that. Throwing out an hour-long video, I know it's hard to get the time to watch a video for an hour, especially when it's just me playing poker. Like, it's kind of expecting a lot out of your viewers, right? To dedicate an hour of their time just to watch your video. So I'll probably actually do the half hour. I pretty much just talk myself into it. So we're playing tight. I just thought about raising because I'm on the button, but no, we're playing tight. Yeah, okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying, is this is most likely, or hopefully, going to be an incredibly long set of, or incredibly long recording session. So what that means is there's going to be things happening, like maybe my phone's going to go off, or maybe I have to get up to let a cat out of my room or something like that, you know, because I'm just, it could be hours, so. It could be hours, so, you know, there might be things like that where I might have to get up for a quick second. Just letting you know. You know, it's hard to kind of keep real life from happening to you for over an hour at a time, so we'll see what happens with that, but yeah. There's a couple raises. Well, a raise, sorry, and a call with Queen Jack. I'm not really liking it. We're going to fold. Especially with that re-raise. This guy's re-raise happy. Very aggressive. We got a call. So what's he re-raising with? And what's he calling raises with? Here comes the next bet, probably around 250-ish. Between 2 and 300. Oh, that's a little bit higher. And a re-raise. Come on, Pavel. What are you going to do? He was raising pre-flop. He re-raised, so he's representing an ace, maybe. This guy was calling, so he's maybe representing an ace. Maybe he has a weaker ace. Maybe he has like ace-7. Well, what's going to happen now with the call? There's check. I would just check if I was Pavel. If he's got a big ace. Maybe he just hit his king. Who knows? Maybe he will bet again, but he might get check raised again. He's taking his time, so he just checks. Okay, that's probably a dead card, unless somebody had the 5, but probably not. So I think Pavel probably has the best hand with the way... Oh my god. That's gotta be a bluff. Although I could be seriously wrong. I think that with him calling, maybe he has a king. Pavel might have to fold this. That could have been really... Oh, he folds ace-queen. Wow. Show the bluff. No? Wow. Tight fold there. There was no flush. Essentially, he was folding ace-king. He was folding to ace-king. It's a pretty big fold. So, like I said, you know, things happen in real life. So my little cat has been pretty sick the past few days. And she's trying to throw up now. So I'm sorry if you guys had to hear that. If you didn't, then great. I will, you know, take care of that on the break. Yeah, she's been pretty sick. I've been watching her drink, and when she's drinking, she coughs a lot or she sneezes. I think it's a cough. So I think she has a little cold or something. Just hasn't really been feeling well. It's not that bad. I think she's okay. You alright, Kitty? Go get some water. Just checking that again. Okay. Well, hopefully everything's fine. I can still hear sound in my headphones. I hear these sounds like it's coming unplugged. I don't really know. Whatever. There may be something happening with the video. The cat. You alright, Days? Okay, one sec. There we go. It's okay, Candy. Alright. So apparently that Camino guy bluffed him out, but he's probably lying. You can't really believe that stuff. Yeah, I think she's okay. Well, anyway, let's just get back to poker. So yeah, we haven't really been in any action yet. So like I said, we're going to be playing tight. We're not going to be seeing a lot of hands, at least early on. You know, we want to only get in there with some premium hands and get a little bit of a jump on the starting stack here, so then we can start playing a little bit more aggressively with a bigger stack. Is kind of my goal anyway. You know, the table is relatively, well, it's not super tight. There's a few guys here who haven't really played any hands yet. A couple who've only played a couple hands, but then there's a couple guys here who are playing a lot of hands. That is a fold. Yeah, there's a guy who just registered. So let's take a look at the pay structure here. As of right now, we need to come in 72nd to win any money. We got about almost 500 people in the tournament. And how long can people register till? I don't know where it is. Oh, 60 minutes, so until 10:30. Okay. So a little bit over an hour, or a little bit under an hour, sorry, about 45 minutes left for people to join. And then we'll get a solid look at the payout structure. And we'll go over it then. And hopefully it will matter to us because we want to be in that bitch. So I haven't really been paying too much attention to this hand. Decent sized pot here though, and that's a crazy big bet. Yeah, okay. He's probably going to fold now. That was a... Oh, well. Nice hand there by DVP. So he only plays his good hands, I think. We are going to put him as red for now. Seems a little bit dangerous to me, and well, I'm going to put him as orange. Oh, we lost our other dude here, so didn't even notice that. Still got some raises here and some calls. Yeah, he's definitely playing pretty loose, and he just lost a big portion of his stack here. I have to call this just because of the odds, and if I would have hit a decent flop, it would have been a nice pot. We'll probably see a raise here from the first raiser. No? Maybe we can see another card? Not that it's really, I'm really interested in it. No. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. She's getting some fresh air now. I think she's okay. I think you're okay. She's been like trying to be sick, and it just hasn't really been working for her. But I think that was it right there. Right when I started recording. So that was good. So we got another huge re-raise by this guy. Wow. And another really tight fold. I wasn't really paying attention for the whole thing again, so not sure if I would give him credit for an ace. Let's just not play this hand. Just a bunch of limp action here. He could have anything. Yeah. 10-5 on the button. I will raise if it folds all around to me, but I doubt that's going to happen. Yeah. So we'll fold. And it may be a boring start to the tournament, guys. I apologize for that. Just trying to play smart, trying to play careful. Just early on. You know, I want to make it past the late registration. So I'm going to play a little over tight maybe to start. But, I mean, my goal is for it to be a long... So it could be boring if I make it in the top 50 or whatever. You know, I'll be happy with that. I don't care if the entire series is boring as shit if I make it in the top 50. You know, I'll be excited. That's kind of my goal here. Top 50. If it folds around, maybe I'll limp. People like to limp. Let's see a flop. We need to get involved a little bit. Come on, DVP. You got to call too. Okay, so that's kind of a shitty flop for us. A 10 helps us, but that's it. I don't trust anything else to be good here, so any bets and we're folding. The pot isn't big enough for us to want to bet into it. Well, there's a 10 though, so now it is, and this guy insta-checked. We have the nuts right now, but there's a flush draw on the board, so we're going to definitely be betting here. I'm just going to make a pot-sized bet, actually, because if they call, they call. If not, they fold and whatever. But, you know, they're going to be in it. If he's got an ace or a king, he's probably calling. Nope. Whatever. I'm going to go for a raise here, just a little bit. You know, after winning a pot, raise it up. Hopefully take down some of this easy money. If he calls, I know I'm crushed. Because he's probably only calling with an ace or something. He's going to, you know, continue that play style. And he'll fold. So that's a nice, easy set of chips to win there. So the table's tightening up, actually. When you see that, Camilo, though, can explode at any moment. No. I was thinking about just continuing the raising here, but I'm starting to lose position. Don't really want to keep that kind of thing up. So I got to raise on the button. Nathan is just limping in almost every pot and folding to raises. So it's interesting to see if he folds this too. He folded the button. The big blind called. I can see Art having a king here, maybe, or a flush draw. Maybe not. We are folding 6-3 every single time, unless it's suited and we're on the button. So I feel like I enjoy poker at this level more than at the lower levels. It just feels a little bit more real, you know? Like the strategies that you read about and that you try to emulate or you see on TV or on YouTube, they actually pertain to this kind of game. As opposed to like, when you're playing low stakes, it's like you can't bluff anyone. Like someone's always going to call you. It's pretty retarded. But in this type of game, you know, standard strategies work, even just like c-betting. You know, if you raise pre-flop and then you get to see the flop in position and then you see the flop and they check to you and you throw out a bet, generally they fold. So it's something you can actually do pretty often, you know, when you're in position. You just got to play your hands aggressively, and I'm hoping that it's actually going to work out here because people, you know, there's a lot more money at stake here and a lot more money in the pool of money to be won. Although the more people who join, they're stealing from the top prize here, so it's kind of making me sad. But, you know, we'll play it by ear. So this video is actually going to be coming to an end relatively soon, in about 2 minutes here. I got some stuff to clean up behind me, right, Kitty? Do that on the break. Maybe you'll see here. I don't really want to pick her up and put her in front of the webcam, but she might head over. Come on. She's not feeling too good, this kitty. I don't know if you can see. Hey, you. That's Daisy. She is interesting because it's like she hates me most of the time. But now that she's not feeling well, she's been relatively lovely with me. Just accepting the nice, lovey petsy. So I'm not paying attention to this hand at all. It's pretty big here. That's an action board. Big bet by Nathan, who's been, I don't know, he could have a 9. Or was it? He was in the big blind there, so. Folding. Well, we've managed to stay afloat up until the first break. We are up by 15 chips, although the big blind might smack us in the face here in just a sec. There we go. That's probably enough to make it take us to break time. Maybe. So I'll take this time now to say thanks for watching again. Hopefully you're enjoying the poker. You know, so there's going to be episodes like this one really wasn't all that exciting. But it tells a story, right? It leads up until the next one where maybe something exciting will happen, hopefully. So stay tuned. I'll be releasing the next video pretty shortly. Oh, we are going to play another hand here, and I like Jack 9, so I'll be calling most raises, especially if a bunch of people call. This is a nice drawing hand. A lot of times people don't put you on it. But yeah, again, I appreciate you guys watching. Leave any sort of input in the comments below. Definitely don't mind. Let me know what you think about the camera setup, if you think it's a good idea. So we hit a 9. So I'm going to throw out a bet here, because, you know, I can. I'm going to make it for 120. And hopefully, no, well, that's not happening. The 3 doesn't really help anybody, but I'm going to check. I will call a legitimate bet here. Okay. So at this point, with the pot being 640, I'm going to make about a 420 chip bet. I think that should be enough to get someone to fold, or it could have decent value, and he just hit his flush, didn't he? Wow. Well, we're obviously folding this, but I'd like to see him show it. No? Alright, well, yeah, there we go. Right before the end of the break, we get hit with a bit of a shitty hand there, so stay tuned. I hope you guys are enjoying so far, and like I said, I'll be uploading the next video relatively shortly, so you should keep an eye out, and it'll be out. See ya.